Sports Gamer.
Welcome back, sports gamers. It's the Natural. Like many of you, I've been closely following the saga of NCAA football. At the core of the very issue is player likeness. As of right now, collegiate student athletes are not eligible to receive any sort of monetary compensation at all, even their own names. That, however, just might change very shortly. A North Carolina congressman has announced that he has proposed a bill that would allow NCAA student athletes to profit off of their own name and likeness. This could not only be a major moment for NCAA athletes to make money off their own name and their looks, but also pave the way for their likeness to be used in NCAA video games once again, which is at the core of this whole issue. Let's take a look at a little background info for those who haven't been following or just kind of forgotten. I'll catch you guys up. In 2009, Ed O'Bannon, a former NCAA basketball player at UCLA, filed a lawsuit against the NCAA alleging that thousands of former and current NCAA basketball and football players had their names and likenesses illegally used in video games, DVDs, apparels, and memorabilia. NCAA, in response, argued they did nothing wrong, and they said that they did not license student athletes' likeness or prevent former student athletes from attempting to do so. Now, the NCAA would lose Ed O'Bannon and his legal team in 2014, giving athletes a huge win in ensuring that student athletes do in fact own their own name and likeness even after leaving college. Now, Electronic Arts, who developed NCAA football and NCAA basketball video game series, was dismissed from the lawsuit in 2011 after being previously named in it by Ed O'Bannon and his legal team as being part of a conspiracy to deny ex-players compensation. However, the judge reversed the course shortly after, citing allegations that EA agreed not to pay former college athletes once their careers ended. Now, after emails came out, it was revealed that NCAA knew that EA games were made to resemble former and current college athletes. It was clear that EA was in a no-win situation. So in 2013, EA and the Collegiate License Committee came to agreement to settle with Ed O'Bannon and the rest of the plaintiffs in the lawsuit, coming to a total of $40 million. Really chump change, but players did get a small check. This effectively ended the NCAA football series, with the last game being NCAA Football 14, which came out 4 years after the last installment of the NCAA basketball series, NCAA Basketball 10. Okay, now that you've been caught up with that short history lesson there, let's get to currently. Recently, Mark Walker, a Republican congressman from North Carolina, has proposed a bill called the Student Athlete Equity Act, allowing student athletes to profit off their own name and likeness by modifying the definition of a qualified amateur sports organization in the tax code. Walker has previously called on NCAA to change its rules to allow student athletes to receive monetary compensation from outside entities for their own athletic work, and has considered introducing legislation since 2016. Now, Walker, a former college athlete himself, said the current setup denies student athletes from ever being compensated off of their talents. Walker also cited the free market system for the decision, adding, It is just odd in our own free market system that this is the one area where we can say, no, we'll let you make money for the university, but you can't have any access to your name or likeness. This is an earning opportunity for 99% of these student athletes who will never have another chance to do something like this. It's the moment that their earning opportunity is in its prime. Now, I'll include a link to the full bill below for all you lawyers and paralegals out there to check it out. But it is very interesting, and I think this is a huge thing for that. So, I mean, what does this really mean for the future of college sports video games? Now, the bill should give people who have been craving for the return of NCAA football, basketball some hope that the games can come back. By allowing student athletes to profit off their own name and likeness while they're enrolled in university, this could allow game developers to negotiate individually with players in order to add their name and image to video games. As of now, this can't occur, but this bill could pave the way for players' name and likeness to be used in the games. However, the task may not be so easy. Under the setup proposed by Walker, players, as opposed to Player Association and pro sports, would directly negotiate with developers. A standout college basketball player such as Zion Williamson would most likely want a considerable amount of money in order for his likeness to be added to any game, or command much more than a 6-man or non-Power 5 college football team. Now, this setup will be similar to when Barry Bonds opted out of the MLB licensing deals when he was still playing, opted to make his own deal so he could keep all the money he negotiated to himself. This is how the free market works. This could be quite a possible pricey venture for game developers, and it may not be worth it if they don't feel a profit can be made. It's very similar to boxing and how there's no overall commission that players are a part of or association that they can just license all at once. They have to deal with each boxer individually, which is more expensive, and they didn't feel it's worth the effort. So that's the downside to this. Even if it did pass, there would have to be some possible organization they would have to form to make it easier for people who want to license players. Still though, if this bill is passed, it could be a huge boost for gamers who've been looking for NCAA football and NCAA basketball to return. It may not mean a game will come out immediately, but it can certainly pave the way, and there's some hope of this in the right direction. Other games like Doug Flutie's Maximum Football and Gridiron Champions have sought to work around the legality of college player likeness by providing roster editing abilities for people to create their own teams and stadiums. In Maximum Football case, there will be no way to share them online within the game itself, but they will have the ability to export the rosters and share them offline to avoid any legal issues for the game. We haven't heard any specifics on how Gridiron Champions will deal with roster sharing, but they do plan to have full customization options of teams and players. The game is still in early stages of planning and development, so we probably won't have any updates on that for a while. But as always, when we do have any updates on the NCAA football saga in regards to EA or any other football, any other company, I'll always let you guys know to keep you informed. So be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn the notifications on so you don't miss more of our college football news, tips, gameplay, and everything for your favorite sports games here at SGO. This is The Natural. I'm out.